So, welcome everybody to the live psychology talk. The reason why I'm doing this is because a lot of times traders struggle with this, especially. They struggle with psychology. It's not so much as analysis, it's not so much as, whose strategy you may have, or just anything you're doing. It's all about the psychology in it. All right, so is trading more about your analysis? I'm going to say this just like sports, especially football, right? American football, especially, it is 80% mental and then 20% physical. That's pretty much like with all the other sports as well. But we must understand that it is all mental and not so much physical. Like, for example, right? Basketball, you had great players like Nate Robinson or Spud Webb, and they're pretty short. They're like 5'7", 5'9", right? Dunking on LeBron James. Why? Because they were mentally there. They were confident in what they were doing in order to achieve those things and be able to execute those type of moves on the court. And it's the same thing with football or just any other sport. If you're just not mentally there, you just won't be there at all, honestly. In trading, it's really 20% of your analysis, 20% analysis and 80% psychology, discipline, and money management. Those are three big things right there. Very, very big things. You have to be disciplined. You have to follow your rules every time you're taking a trade. Excuse me. You have to have that strong psychological base. You don't want a revenge trade. You don't want to, I just lost a trade. I got to take another one. Get this loss back, right? When I first started trading, I used to do that all the time. I always felt entitled that the market owes me something. The market doesn't owe you squat. It doesn't even know you. It doesn't even know your name. All it knows is, hey, if you don't position yourself correctly and you got the wrong risk management, it's going to take your money for sure. Like you at Chuck E. Cheese putting the tickets in the little slot machine. You accidentally put one in there, it's already gone. It's too late. You could put your life savings in one trade. It's gone. It don't care. It's on you. And you always have to, like I say, money management is a very big thing. You always have to have an exit plan when you're trading. You always have to have a plan, right? Because a fool with a plan will beat a smart person, a genius without a plan, right? Y'all know that saying, and that's just the reality in trading. There's so many people out there, right? I used to, when I first started trading, not the brightest, but they were very successful. And it's the reason why is because they were able to take the little things, right? Such as psychology, discipline, and money management, and they were able to scale them up expeditiously. And they were always consistent. That's why they're successful. And that's why I'm successful now, is because I understand the little things that matter. It's not so much of, I gotta see 5 sweeps and 3 trend breaks and all these crazy analysis, 50 indicators going everywhere, trying to be like Warren Buffett, got 50 computer screens everywhere. It's not about that. And if somebody tells you trading is about that, just smack them in the face and just tell them, Dan told me to do it. All right, so who are the market movers? I'm gonna tell you this right now. Commercial banks, hedge funds, right? Central banks, they hold that large currency reserve. And they really, of course, hold those monetary policies, interest rates, and so much more. Of course, you have the hedge funds, the brokers that manipulate rates and spreads. And of course, we are the retail traders. We trade our own money. We have the smallest share of every single thing. These traders, right? These high elite class traders are able to control so much. Why? Because they have the capital to do it and they have the psychology to trade. If you have billions of dollars in the market and you're very, very disciplined, you're going to be so unstoppable. And that's why they move the market. I'm going to just be honest with you. I'm just going to be honest with you. Until you get millions of dollars, you can trade billions of dollars each and every day. You're just not going to be able to move the market. I'm going to be honest. That's just the sad reality. Now, we will all get to that point in time. It's going to be some time. But just know when we get there, oh my goodness, it's going to be legendary. So, I got a typo right there, but ignore that. So, every day in the market is unique. Every single move is unique. Like I said before, we can't control anything that happens. We can't control the structure that's being formed. We can't control the order blocks, uptrends, downtrends, liquidity, accumulate. I can go on a whole entire list. We can't control a single thing. I used to think, oh yeah, I can hop in a trade and it's just gonna keep going up and keep going up like I'm controlling it. That mentality is just gonna end up leading to you revenge trading and doing things that you know you should not be doing. Right? A lot of times traders are not successful is because they're doing things that they know they should not be doing. That's why. Like I said, it's the little things. If you can't get over the little things, you just will never be successful at trading. I promise you. And like I said before, the only ones that can perform these things, right, with having that extremely strong discipline and psychology, and of course the high capital amount of the top elite class traders. Those are the only people that can do that. Those hedge funds, all those banks and everything, right? They have the capital and they're trained psychologically to, of course, execute in the market flawlessly every single time with high amounts of capital. That's just as simple as it gets. All right. As a trader, this is a very big one right here. This is a very big one right here. This is a very big one. Trusting your analysis. This is one of my pet peeves when sometimes some of my traders tell me they're getting a trade and they closed it early or they just didn't want to take the trade because they don't trust they didn't trust their analysis, right? You all trust yourself, right? So if you trust yourself, you should be able to trust your analysis when you're trading. Simple, right? You should be able to take a trade, hold it to your take profit areas according to your excuse me, exit plan. And of course, times you may have to move your stop loss to break even if you have to, or whatever you have to do. You have to trust it. And how do you get the confidence to really trust your analysis? Is through back testing. So y'all remember when I was talking about sports earlier, right? And I was saying how most sports is, 80% mental and 20% physical and everything, right? When you build up that strong discipline, right, is having practice. Tom Brady, for example, he's a great football player, right? Great quarterback. He's just the overall one of the greatest of all time playing football, right? He can skip practice and still be good. But why doesn't he skip practice? Because he understands he wants to keep that discipline sharp. He understands that it's not about who's the most skilled at the end of the day, because Tom Brady's pretty slow. We know that. He's not the most athletic person. But why does he get the job done? It's because he's disciplined and he understands that, hey, look, there's certain things I can't control. There's certain things that I can control. He can't control if a receiver can catch the ball or not, right? But what does he know that he can't control? Where to place the ball at. Michael Jordan, same thing. One of the greatest basketball players of all time. He could skip practice for a whole week or 2 weeks. But would he do that? No. Of course he wouldn't. Why? Discipline's the same exact thing. You always want to keep your discipline sharp when you're trading. And that's why you have to back test. And that is our version of practice, going to practice. I back test every single day. Regardless of how I feel, how tired I may be, I can fall asleep on my computer back testing. I promise you, I can easily just fall asleep just doing it. But guess what? I'm gonna get it done regardless because it's something I know that has to be done consistently, over and over. You want to be great, you got to put in the great result, like the great work. Honestly, you got to put in a lot of work consistently. And if you have a problem with that, then that's also going to be another barrier for you, another obstacle that you have to overcome. Also, another thing that you can do as well to really trust your analysis, right? Because of course, every execution that you make in the market has to be flawless. It has to be, with the correct risk, just everything. You must accept what you're doing as well, too. But one thing you can really do, and I know y'all see it right here, it says create a checklist. Simple. You create a checklist, right? You have your strategy. Write down everything you look for, right? Before you take a trade, like literally do this. Just check off the box. Okay, boom. I see a, let's say you want to see a breaker structure, right? Like a breaker structure of like the daily high or something like that, right? The checkbox. Okay, you see that. Next thing you want to see like 50 indicators crossing left and right at one time, right? Check that off. Whatever it is, check it off, check it off, check it off. Then take the trade using the correct risk, and you should be good. You should be good. A lot of times, traders they worry so much about their trade is because they know they're risking too much. They're risking too much, honestly. And if you're risking too much when you're trading, what tends to happen? Emotions, right? So what you want to do is eliminate all emotions when you're trading. You have to have a strong sense of emotional control. One thing that you can really do, and write this down if you don't know this, if you have struggled with emotional control when you're trading, is try listening to binaural beats when you're trading. Try listening to it. Tell me how it goes. Because it's really going to take all the logic and keep everything sharp when you're trading. Because as they say, music really holds, I say, quite a bit of weight in your emotions and everything subconsciously, and we don't realize it unless you're completely aware. That's why binaural beats is there to eliminate those negative emotions and to put positivity when you're trading, right? There's nothing wrong with emotions at all. It's nothing wrong, right? Because we're humans. We have emotions, but this is the thing that humans lack: emotional control. We're not taught to, okay, this is the time to, be 100% logical or not be so negative about certain a situation. Because a lot of times traders will take a trade and they'll already think they're going to lose. Like, why would you think you're just going to lose automatically? Like, just by taking the trade. If you lose the trade, you lose the trade. It happens. Like, I can lose a trade. I'm chilling. It's okay. It's fine. But a lot of times traders can't. They just internally can't take losses. Traders would take 3 trades in a row, lose them, right? And they'll just like, oh, they'll start contemplating and everything. Like, why? Why are you contemplating? Oh, I don't know if trading's for me. I don't know if I can do this anymore. No, it is for you. You just have to have that emotional control. It happens. You're going to lose. You're not going to win every single trade you take. I don't care what strategy you have. I don't care. Like if anybody tells you that, oh, I have a strategy that never loses, they're lying. They're lying to you. You're lying. It's all about having good risk to reward as well that keeps you profitable. Of course, like I said, you do have to have like a pretty decent edge to really be profitable as well. So as long as you got like a decent edge, a pretty solid strategy, then you should be definitely fine. But it's more so of controlling everything else that you can control because you have to literally every single trade you take, you cannot make no mistakes. I'm just be honest with you. You can't make any mistakes. You have to execute everything flawlessly, like I said before. Everything has to be flawless. That's what the higher elite class traders are doing. They're executing flawlessly, and they have that strong sense of psychology, and they got the capital to trade. You don't have billions of dollars. I don't got billions of dollars yet. I'm gonna get there. It's gonna take some time, and that's the same exact mentality that you have to have. You have to be willing to wait, be patient, consistent. You have to. When you're trading, that's it's the only option. You're not gonna just wake up, take a few trades, and yeah, you're up $10 million. Like it doesn't work like that. I used to think, oh, when you first start trading, that you'd be making thousands and thousands and thousands just off of the first trade. I remember my first trade I'd taken on a demo account. Like this is my first trade I've ever taken. It was, I believe it was a gold trade, and I did not know what was going on. And I literally just took the trade. I went to sleep. I had no stop loss, no T. I just woke up. I saw it was like $4,000. I had a random loss, so I did not know what was going on, right? And a lot of times when traders see stuff like that, they think, oh, I'm going to get rich overnight. Oh, this is it. This is it. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be rich. Yes, you will, but in time. It takes time. You can't rush the process. You can't have that mentality because you're just going to disappoint yourself, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Because I didn't know what I was doing, and I ended up really disappointing myself. And I was just like, wow, I really lost this trade. When I took my first trade, it was a Bitcoin trade. I was going off of the news. I didn't know what was going on again. I had no edge at the time. And they said Bitcoin is going to pull back. I did not know what pullback meant, and it's going to buy up. All I saw was the word buy. So what did I do? I risked all my money to buy, literally. And like at that time, it's like years ago, I only had probably like $25 in my bank account. And I had $50. I remember I sold something on eBay. And I made $50, put it straight into MetaTrader 4, lost it that day. I was just devastated because I was thinking, oh, right, because of that demo trade I took with gold, that this trade is it right here. I'm gonna win all this money, make all this money, and everything, right? When in reality, anybody can win in the market. Anybody can win. Like you can literally hop in a trade right now. It can go straight to profit. You can really make a nice piece of change. It can happen. It can honestly happen. But that's still very poor of you to do. You never want to just hop in the market not knowing what you're doing. You always want to have that like that edge, and you always want to do it consistently. Like I said, having that checklist. Okay, I see, whatever you do, you see a whole bunch of breaks of structure. Check. You see MA's crossing. Check. Whatever you like, just check it off. Make a checklist. I'm telling you, that's going to save you so much time, and it's going to really reinforce you to really look over what you're doing when you're trading. Even when you're back testing, do the same thing. Because, like I said, you want to build that discipline where it's just second nature. I hop in the market, it's just second nature to me at this point. I see what I'm looking for, I'm going to execute. I don't question myself. I don't, do I want to take this trade? Can I don't do none of that. And as a trader, you have to eliminate that yourself. You can't be indecisive in the markets, right? Having that fear of missing out, right? There's so many opportunities that happen all the time. So many opportunities, right? And if you find the opportunity that fits you and your edge and everything, execute it, right? And just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about the trade. You should be able to take a trade, right? Have everything automated and just not worrying about it. You should not. If you, like I said, if you have to worry about it, then you're probably doing something wrong. Because you should be very confident enough to, okay, I'm gonna take this trade, and whatever happens, happens. At this point, I let the market be great. I let it do what it wants to do, right? I can't control anything. Also, every trade that you take has no relationship to any other trade, past or future. And going back to how saying, oh, you can lose a few trades, right? By you losing a few trades, they have no relationship with one another, and they have no relationship with your future trades. A lot of times, traders would think, oh, I'm a loser. I just lost all these trades. I'm gonna just keep losing and keep losing, keep having that mentality, right? Where you're gonna keep losing. So what does that lead you to? More losing trades because you're doubting yourself. Your emotions are in the way. You can still win a trade by accident, of course, but the chances of you executing flawlessly is going to be lower. And that's what you don't want to do. You always want to execute flawlessly. You always want to be confident in your trade. Just take the trade. You have to take the trade. I had a few traders a couple times. I don't know if I should take this trade. I ask them like, why don't you want to take it? They'd be like, oh, I feel like I don't know. I don't know if I see the correct influences or whatnot, right? I tell them, okay, I'll look over it and they'll be 100% correct. They're just scared. And a lot of times, traders with poor emotional control, this is the one word they always say. I just said it too. I feel like, 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 I feel like. Words are powerful. Eliminate when you're trading. That's one phrase I strongly believe traders should eliminate when they're trading. Is I feel like it. It should just be an instinct. You just know you okay. I see everything I see. I need to see. I'm gonna just take this trade. I'm gonna just execute. I'm not gonna worry about what's about to happen, you know, within the next few trades or something. You're not. Like, why are you worrying about your trades? Like, why are you doing that to yourself? It's just causing more stress. It's just not good. I used to myself all the time. I used to sit there, take a trade, and be like, oh, I don't know if this is what it's doing. I'm sitting there. I could be taking a shower. I'll walk out the shower and go check the trade. I could be in the middle doing anything. I could probably be. It could probably be an asteroid about to hit the Earth or something, right? I got all the super strength. They'll go save the world and keep the asteroid from hitting Earth. I can go do that. Oh, worry about my trade. Oh, I feel like, oh, I don't know if I can. How this is trade looking? How's the trade looking? Right, getting distracted off of what you really need to do. Money is a tool. Money is a tool. When you hop in the markets, you should be risking correctly every single time. So you're not worried about, oh, what's my trade doing right? You have to be patient. And a lot of times, too, this is also an issue, too. A lot of times, traders will take a trade, and let's say, for example, they got a small account. Let's say they got like a $50 account. And like, let's say they make like $2.50. That right there, I believe is 5% or somewhere close, right? A lot of times a trader will make 5% on a small account and just be like, oh, that's not enough. And start risking a whole bunch more for no reason. And then they end up losing more of the trades and it's just another bad day, right? So you have to really focus on that percentage. You never want to focus on, okay, how much money am I going to make? Focus on that percentage. The money's going to come along. It's always going to be there. You just have to just naturally just allow it to chase you by you focusing on the percentage. I don't worry about, okay, how much? What's going on? Like it's good, of course. Like everybody wants to make money when you're trading, like duh. But at the same time, you have to have, like I said, a strong emotional control, and you just have to really allow the market to do its thing every single trade you take. It's just as simple as it gets. And that's like I said, that's one thing that the high elite class traders understand that normal traders do not. They normal traders do not understand that every trade has no relations to the past or the future. They don't, because every single day in the market is unique. It does its own thing. It creates new highs. It creates new lows. It creates consolidation. It creates ranges. It creates distribution, accumulations, all types of anything you can think of. Honestly, it happens. And you must, this is my favorite line right here. You must let the market be great. Because if you don't let the market be great, you're also going to have a hard time. I'm not going to lie to you. So that's also one thing that you always must realize when you're trading is, all right, I understand the nature of the market. I understand what's going on and everything. I'm going to just let it do its thing. I'm going to just take the trade and let it do its thing. And I'm going to just keep tallying everything up, keep journaling, keep doing everything consistent. I'm going to just let the market do its thing. It's like the weather, right? It could be like right now, it's like hot, right? Let's say if it's 100 degrees outside and you just bought a nice coat or like a nice Montclair jacket or something, right? And you want to show off your coat to everybody, right? Are you going to go outside? It's 100 degrees with a Montclair coat on? No. You're going to wait until wintertime to show it off. That's the exact same thing with trading. You have to understand, you have to wait. The market's going to do its thing, right? Everything's going to come along. It's all about you being consistent with everything that you have to do and just being able to wait. You must be. It's not even a question. You just have to. Because if you don't, you're going to be in great danger. You always must control what you can control. Just like you can't control Mother Nature, you can only control what you about to wear outside when Mother Nature is being Mother Nature. But that pretty much wraps everything up for